Institutional sources, also very important. Everything that we've talked about is sort of the same, can't really see that, but for institutional sources, right? And so institutional sources are different from individual sources because they are institutions, not individuals, right? Okay, though sometimes there's. But in any case, this is what it says. Organizational image different from individual image. Images are more temporary than a related concept identity. An organization develops its identity through a great deal of thought and research. An organization's image is more transient than its identity and is often somewhat controlled by the organization, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's how we form images of large organizations and institutions. So, like a company. That's it. But it's different from like an individual person identity. It's because it's about an organization. An organization image is also different from a brand image. It's not the same thing as a brand image. A brand image applies to a particular product or service. The image itself, the larger image, is the entire corporation. What is organizational image, generally speaking? Well, two functions. First, images relate to how members and non-members think and feel about the organization, as well as how they respond. It helps organizations run day-to-day stuff. To see, they talk about how the author talks about how at his university they have a certain image of being helpful and respectful, sort of like Columbia College. There are formal and informal images out there. There are mission statements and newsletters and slogans and all that type, but there's also informal things that happen that build the image of a certain organization if you're in that particular organization. And also images must be consistent with policies and practices. Oftentimes folks will say, oh yeah, we're all about equality, and then the policies have nothing to do with equality. In fact, they inhibit equality. But in any case, so it's just some things to think about. Spokesfolks, this is part of organizational image. Spokespeople, what is it? Well, obviously, oftentimes to build credibility in this process of crafting an image, whether it's for an individual or for an organization, we want people to endorse us. Institutions are often personified with the spokesperson. Some people equate the spokesperson with the organization. Talked about Katie Couric and colon cancer. And, you know, that can be good in a way. Oftentimes tourist attractions will have, remember after 9/11 and a lot of famous, what was the image of New York at that point, and a lot of celebrities came out and tried to say, come, to New York, and there's been tons of things like that. But oftentimes celebrities lose their various endorsements. I put here a little link to various endorsements that celebrities have recently lost because they did stupid things, and I'll let you read the rest of those individual stuff, but that's got some really interesting folks. Ooh, zoo. Where are you? This is from Boston, I think. Yeah. Maria Sharapova, tennis player. Manny Pacquiao? I don't know who this guy is. Boxer, I think, isn't he? Adrian Peterson. A lot of these are Ray Rice athletes. That dude who bit that guy, or whatever he did. Okay, in any case, hopefully this gives you a few things to think about in Chapter 9. Again, I'll let you read the Individual Persuader about nonverbals, delivery, impression management. Tiger Woods. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to sex. Poor Tiger Woods. Personal impression management, image repair, then I said again, I'll let you I'll let you read. What is this? How? And I'll let you read propaganda stuff too. What is the big takeaway from all of this? Well, first, as an educated person studying persuasion, you need to understand the complexities of the role of the source of all these messages, whether that source be an individual or an institution. Second, if you are a persuader, you need to understand particularly that in the media age, all the stuff that we used to talk about when it comes to ethos and all that type of stuff, that might be relevant for giving a speech or something like that. But when you're dealing with the media age, we're dealing with this big old thing called image. And we need to think about the contours of image, how we create image, how people evaluate and identify with images, how the meanings of images are in flux and contested. And as persuadees, we need to be very, very critical of images out there, of the sources of information, because they can be quite... can't judge a book by its cover. And oftentimes the cover looks good, but the book is crap. So we got to be very, very careful about that type of stuff. And I think, you know, talking about this type of stuff and trying to craft a certain image, if you're talking about a particular tourist attraction in South Carolina for your paper, would be a wise thing to do. But in any case, image, 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 image. I'll leave you with this image, which is a different kind of image, of Finn. Hey Finn, you sleepy time. Are you sleepy now? Are you sleepy? Are you sleepy with Mr. Bill? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. I'm a source of information. Bye.